Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Jesse's Garage. We're excited to have you, and we're really excited to have Trouble on the show. Wow, how awesome is that, right? Now, sometimes when you say the word trouble, you're like, oh my goodness, what kind of trouble's headed my way now? But today, we're like welcoming trouble in spades. And so you might remember Trouble. There's a subscriber, his name is Trouble, and he goes through and sent us a mail call about 30, 60 days ago, probably a couple months ago, something like that. Maybe not quite that long. Anyways, he sent us an incredible mail call. Well, he followed up with another one. Wow, can you believe that? And so I got some goodies over here, a lot of smalls, and then a bigger piece that I can't wait to show you. So we're really excited about that. So Trouble, first of all, before we even get into it, thank you very much for everything that you have done for the show. Just your generosity just means a lot. All right, you guys ready? You want to see what he sent over? Let's get the camera turned around and let's go check it out. Here we go. Okay, so let's start off by taking a look at the very first item that Trouble sent over. If you'll take a look, wow, look at this little keychain adjustable wrench. Now it doesn't have any naming on it, but man, is this the cutest thing ever, right? And so it has this little chain that you can hook on and really kind of look at some stuff. Now I got some small adjustable wrenches like this one here. This is a Crescent brand, 4-inch one. And so when you look at the two side by side, wow, look at that bad boy, right? And so that is cute. Love that thing. Man, this thing is like never been used. This thing is in immaculate condition. Look at that. Wow, love it. So Trouble, man, goodness, I'm gonna put this aside because that wasn't part of it. I want to put this just right up here. And so make sure it's nice and straight, get that bad boy displayed up. All right, the next thing that Trouble sent over was a hook that he made. And so it's an iron hook. And check this out. He made this. Man, you can nail it or screw it to the wall or a door, and away you go. Now, you know, first thing when I seen this, because he wanted me to open up the package early, just so he could tell me about a few of these items that are in here. And my goodness, the first thing I wanted to do is go hang this up in my office. And so I ran out there and I thought, I can't. I got to display this bad boy. So I've been waiting. Trouble, he sent this package out to me. Oh my goodness, probably probably 30 days ago. I don't know how long has it been, Trouble, something like that, right? But check this out. My goodness. Look at that nice little curl right there in this twist here. The little hole that he put there, and this thing is just beautiful. Would you not agree? Now, he said that he was thumbing through some of his goodies, and I believe he said he made this about 30 years ago. 30 years ago, handmade by Trouble himself. Wow. Man, I got to tell you, Trouble, thank you so much for you to entrust that into our hands. That is just remarkable. In fact, I'm going to scoot this just a little bit over here and kind of bring this a little bit more honor that way. So away we go. So wow, man, I am so excited about that piece. I'm gonna display that and actually use it proudly in my office. So every day when I'm in there, I can remember you, Trouble. So thank you so very much for that. That was just amazing. All right, another piece he sent over. Let's open up the package here. And so as we go through, it looks like a little screwdriver, and it is. So throw that little plastic over there and check it out. He sent me a little snap-on screwdriver. Wow, a little pocket clip on it. And so away we go, a little flat tip. Man, look at that. That is gorgeous. Would you not agree? My goodness, that is lovely. Now in his note, he said, hey, I sent you an orange one because, well, I don't want you to lose it. That's probably such a great idea, Trouble, because man, I love that. Now this one has this little metal portion over here, the head, and it's a magnet as well. And so, wow, look at that. That is just beautiful. My goodness. Look at that. That is a beaut, right? So Trouble, my goodness, love that. All right, and so he sent over another tool. So let's open this one up here. See if I can get it. There we go. And if I'm remembering this correctly, I believe he said this was a cotter pin tool to be able to pick cotter pins and pull them out. And my goodness, I am all the time using cotter pins on my tractor. And so that could be a really useful tool for me, not just a display piece. Wow, look at that. That is just awesome. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. So that is another piece here that I can't wait to put to good use. So put that bad boy up there, put that right over here. All right, let's see here. He sent over a few more goodies here. Now this tool, he said that he got out of a purchase after an owner retired. And so this owner was a optometrist, and so he went through and bought out some of the small tools that he used, and so this was one of them. And it's a little Sargent parallel pliers, I believe they are. And so, but look how clean that is. Now, you know, he said, I went ahead and cleaned it up, but you might want to throw it in your ultrasonic cleaner. Are you crazy, Trouble? What are you talking about? Man, look at this thing. This thing is clean. Man, I'm not throwing this in nothing. I'm going to keep it just like this. Wow, look at that. And look how smooth that is, right? So typically you throw it in there if it was all dirty or if it was hard to open or something like that. But, you know, that's one of the things that I've appreciated about Trouble. And he sends over some stuff that is just awesome, right? So here we are, Sargent and Company. So New Haven, Connecticut, made in the USA. And there's a Sargent naming badge right there on each side of the handle. Now you'll notice that it's flat on this side and a needle nose on this side. Wow, look at that. Man, that is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What an honor that is to have here. Now this optician was in business for 84 years, he said, according to the note. And so for him to pass that on, wow, again, that is just pretty special that way. Okay, next up, let's look at our next one that we have here, and let's see what we have. And so let's look at this one here. So this is an advertising knife, and so from a business that was near him, Plymouth builds great cars. Wow, look at that, man. This thing is awesome. Look at that. Now, you know what? This thing is really pretty cool to me, and the reason being is because I remember my grandfather, he used to have his old Plymouth, and so we used to ride around in that bad boy. I remember that. And so, and if I'm not mistaken, I want to say he had a Plymouth truck, a green one. And so now my grandfather, you know, when he was still alive, and a lot of years ago, I remember one of the things he used to do when he used to live in Lansing, Michigan, and we used to go out, and part of his job, how he made his living for the family, is that he went out and picked cucumbers. And so I remember as a young kid going and picking cucumbers and driving that old Plymouth pickup truck, loading up 5-gallon buckets into these sackcloths and then loading them up. Of course, I was too little to load them up, but I remember loading up the bags though, and then taking them over to the processing place where they counted them all up, and then that's how he got paid. And I got to tell you, that experience of picking cucumbers, and that was just one of his jobs. He also did tomatoes and some different things like that. But I got to tell you, that job of doing that instilled so much work ethic in me. To this day, I give my grandfather a lot of credit for how hard I work. So my goodness, and this is going to be a great reminder of that. Now, Trouble, you didn't know that when we talked. I didn't tell you that part, but my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I talk a lot about my dad, but man, this is a beaut right there. Look at that. I will cherish that. Yeah, I'm going to cherish that, Trouble. I better stop talking about that. But I'm going to cherish that for the rest of my days. So thank you so very much for that. All right, let's move on. All right, he sent over a pair of pliers here. And so let's look at this. And so these pair of pliers, and so he said that they come from a plant that's just about an hour away from him. And so now we've seen something like this before, but have we ever seen them this clean? Man, look at that. Now you might recognize that pattern right there on the handle, but when we flip it over, you'll notice it says CT Co. So Jamestown, New York. And so, wow, look at that. And so, man, this thing is clean, clean, clean. Wow, love that, right? So now I have a plier collection going on. And so I've been cleaning up all kinds of pliers. Just, you know, I have a little bit of spare time. They're easy to do. I love the different patterns. In fact, there's a Facebook group out there called Pattern Handle Plier Collections or something like that. And so I haven't posted much on it. So that's part of the reason why I've been trying to clean up some pliers, is just so I can kind of show off some of the things that I have found. I haven't done it yet, but watch out, guys. This will be in that picture. So I love that. Okay, so we got that. Let's see what else he sent over here. So he sent over a few more things. Let's look at these other ones here. And so I want to I want to open this one up. And so, because this one is pretty unique. In fact, I'm going to hold off on that one there. So let's open up this one here. I don't believe I have this one. If I do, it's nowhere near this shape. And so when I look at this one here, it's a little wrench, double open end wrench, but it's a little plumb at that. So as we open it up, you can see it's a 3/8 inch on this side, and what is it on this side? A 5/16 on this side. So it's a number 3020. But look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Wow, this thing is nice. My goodness. Man, now, if you remember, I believe, let's see here, Trouble, he sent over some Plumb before. And so, my goodness, that's just another added piece to that. Now, remember, we also have this one. Now, Trouble, he sent over another piece, and this is going to go to that Cosmoline one that I couldn't take the finish off. Remember that? And so, but as we get going here, he sent over one that actually had the finish off of it. But not only that, but check this out. It even has the original tag still. And so got to be real careful with it here. And so this is a Plumb extension. And so we can see it's a WF17 Plumb. Wow. Look at the condition of that bad boy, right? And so that is just nice. And so I believe at one point he did take the Cosmoline finish off, but you can see this was the tag that would have came with it here. So I'm going to keep this intact with itself just like this. And so this will always stay with this for the collection. And so, because, I mean, you can find the extensions, but where do you find the original tags, right? And so, is that just an honor to have or what? And so, I love that. So that's gorgeous that we have there. So I'm going to try to scoot it down, see if I can get this thing going, right? But anyway, so let's see. Maybe I'll put it this way, just because I want to display it with some honor that way. Okay, so there we go. All right, so that's one. Now here's something that I do not have in my collection. I have an extension. This is a cleaned up version of that. I don't think I have one, and if I do, I don't have one that clean. But here's something I don't have. I don't have an adjustable wrench that's a Plumb. Man, look at that. 704 S, it looks like. And so, man, just a little 4-inch. Man, like I said, I got some 4-inch adjustable wrenches, but I do not have a Plumb one. And this thing is smooth as all get out. Wow, and not only that, but check that out. It even has a wrench on this side. And so, and even inside that wrench, how clean is that, right? And so here's the back side, incidentally, if I hadn't already shown that. So I'll flip it over this way so you can see the naming and the right orientation there. And so, wow, look at that. Man, all the way around, no matter which angle you look at it here. Now, it does look like it maybe whoever had it before him just didn't take care of it as good, but true to Trouble's nature, he went through and cleaned it all up and thought it belonged in our collection. Man, is that awesome? I just can't even believe that. Wow, look at that. Some cool, unique pieces that I do not have. All right, so I'm going to show you the last two items, incidentally, are very personal items that I take great pride in having here on the show. And so let me show you this one here. We'll start off because it's smaller and I got all these smalls already over here. But I'm going to show you this one so that way it'll fit there, and then we'll grab the other one because it's a little bit larger piece. But check this out. He sent me over this small vise that is actually a tie tack. So you go through and you clip this onto your tie and then your shirt, and wow, where do you find those things at, right? And so, you know what? I need to start opening my eyes when I go to these estate sales because I'm sure there's maybe some of these things that I'm passing by that I don't even bother looking through. But my goodness, look at that. And it even has a little handle that turns that way. But wow, how beautiful is this? Now, let me tell you the story behind it. So the story that I understand this as is that this was, it didn't belong to Trouble first. It actually belonged to his friend. And so his friend died at 84, I believe. And so as he passed away, this was one of the pieces that he wanted to give to Trouble for his collection. And so Trouble sees how much of a Craftsman collection we have, and he wanted to go through and add it to our collection. And so he just thought that that was the right place for this thing to be. And so you can see right at the bottom here, I can't quite read it on the screen, but I will put that on the camera there. And so I will see what that says there. I want to say it says Anson or something like that, but I don't want to butcher it because I don't want to discredit this. So I'll put it on the screen there. But my goodness, the very fact that it belonged to his best friend that died at 84, and then it got passed on to Trouble, and he's had it in his possession for this long. And in his note, he says that it belongs in our collection. We're the next one to take care of this from this point forward. Well, I guarantee you one thing, Trouble. We will honor this thing. We will show this thing honor in our little tool showcase that we're building up. And this will stay with me for the rest of the days. And we're going to show this off from time to time, just in honor of you and your best friend that way. So thank you so very much. Wow, look at that. Man, what a selection, right? Look at that. This is just beautiful. I just can't even believe how awesome everything that is on this table is. So love it, love it, love it. Thank you so very much. All right, let me go grab this other piece now. I don't want to mess any of this up, so I'm going to scoot this off, okay? So let me scoot this off to the side real quick here, and then I'll bring back the other piece. Okay, so we are back. So let me show you what he sent over. My goodness, look at this. Wow. Is that awesome or what? I'm going to try to scoot it back without scratching my Kennedy boxes back there. You can see I already got one scratch already there. And incidentally, I didn't do that. That's the way I got it. But anyways, as we go through and look at this, wow, it's a little mini lathe. And so this was sold by Sears Dunlop. It was a Sears Dunlop in another brand. I forget the name that he had on there, but as we get going on here, this thing is awesome. Now it has this piece right here where you lay your tool on, and I have a lathe. I can't. The name escapes me. But anyways, your little chisel that you're going to go through and use, and it's adjustable through the bottom here. As you can see, there's a little nut on top there, and so it's a working lathe. I mean, look at that bad boy. And so how it works, incidentally, is that there is a pulley back here, and so you would run your belt right around here, attached onto a motor, and so what happens is that you turn on the motor, it starts spinning this, and then of course you have your adjustment on this side, and the same kind of thing. Let's see if I can grab a hold of this, and so you can adjust it closer, further for your stock. And so you can see on the bottom here, in fact, there's a model number right there, and so we'll see 10326-103. And so, oh my goodness, look at that. Now, you know, here's what's so cool about this, incidentally, is that as we get going, this was a piece that Trouble sent over, and he has two of them. So I got the matching one in his collection. He has one just like this. Now his, he totally redone and just cleaned it all up. And to me, it looks so vintage. I almost hate doing that. I think it's already been cleaned all the way. So Trouble already went through and cleaned this piece up. And this is something that he personally has in his collection. Wow. I am so honored because I do woodworking. I love woodworking. I have a bigger lathe, but I don't have one like this. And definitely one that shows this kind of honor. But I'm going to tell you what's really special about Trouble in this piece. He sent this over in the mail, and he packaged it up really good. But true to the nature of you know, these shipping companies, not just the post office, but this one happened to be come through the post office. But true to the nature of some of these packaging companies, shipping companies, they don't take care of the items very well. So when I got it, this portion right back here, this wheel, let's see if I can undo it. It was broken. You can see where it cracked right there, right? And so what ended up happening is that I thought there was a little hole in the box, in fact, where they dropped it. And I thought, oh no, they broke it and then it fell out. Well, come to find out, it actually landed right back in here in the packaging. I couldn't find it. In fact, I called Trouble and I had to break the news to him. And I said, man, I'm going to shoot a video on this, but I want you to know this little wheel came broken. It looked like they dropped it on the corner or the end of that box. Man, he was so bummed out because he sent it over in just excellent condition, just like you're seeing here. Well, anyways, after I found it, because I was on the phone with him, I looked through that box probably a half a dozen times just because I was thinking maybe it got caught up in like stuff like this, like in the packing material or something of that sort. But sure enough, wasn't. Like I said, as I was looking around, he was telling me about it. I went through and looked behind there, and lo and behold, it got jammed in there. So anyways, so here's what happened, is that he was so concerned about this, he sent me over some special epoxy because he's a machinist guy, and he said, hey, I want to send you over some stuff, and if you can't figure it out how to do it, then you let me know. And so he sent me over even instructions on how to do it. And so I put it back together. And so I am so honored that not only did he send me the matching one in his collection, he also sent me the repair kit in order to do this, and then to really bring it back to honor. Wow. How awesome is that, right? And so it fits on just like that. And as you can see, man, this thing is perfect and it works just like a dream. I mean, this thing doesn't need anything. I cannot wait when I redo my garage to create that one little section that I have that's going to show this piece some honor that way. Wow, look at that. Man, that is just gorgeous, right? So, talk about a stand-up guy. Trouble, oh my goodness. Thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart for not only this, and I don't know if I can do this or not, but let's see if I can grab the pieces back and throw them in. I think it'll fit in front of this. And so when I look at this all together, just to see if I can get it back in frame here, I believe that's everything that we have. When I look at all of the beautiful items that you sent over, wow, I am just blown away. So thank you so very much, Trouble. You are the man. You are just an outstanding individual, especially to give me the twin of what you have and then to entrust us with something like this with your best friend. And then the Plumb, all of it is special. All of it is. Your piece that you made 30 years ago, my goodness, I'm going to reshoot the whole show. I better stop. All right, let me get the camera turned around and we'll close it up. All right, here we go. Okay, we are back. Wow, can you believe that kind of tool haul there? That kind of mail call from Trouble? That is amazing. Did you have a favorite, incidentally? Which one of those really struck you? Is there something that just really stood out to you? Please put it in the comments below. And plus, tell Trouble how he did, incidentally. And so we would love to hear that. So just so much honor being given our way, so much just true love. And so thank you so very much for that. All right, as far as my favorite, oh my goodness. Trouble, you hit on so many heartstrings on my side. It's crazy. And some stuff you didn't even know. Like for instance, that old knife, that old Plymouth knife that way, reminds me of my grandfather and all those times when I was 10, 11 years old out in the fields, just right by his side, just picking cucumbers and just having a blast. And man, I remember having lunch and my grandmother used to make tacos. We used to wrap them, used to eat them for lunch there. Peel back a couple of those cucumbers and throw some salt on it. Oh my goodness, my mouth is watering right now. Oh my goodness, that brings back so many memories. I love that. All right, so there's that. The very fact that that hook that you made 30 years ago, wow. Wow, wow, wow. And look how good a condition that is. Man, that's an honor in itself. That tie tack, oh my goodness. I never seen one. I don't have one. I know exactly where I'm going with this too. I know where I'm gonna put it. And so I love that. And so that's an honor. And then the piece that you sent over, that lathe, the Plumb, you know what? I can't even pick a favorite. It all just hit for all different reasons. It's all of my favorite. So thank you so very much for that. But that's just me. Folks, friends, if you have one, please put it in the comments below. And friends, if this is your first time here, boy, I got to tell you, I am so happy you're here and thank you so much for joining the show. But this is the kind of things we do. We find unique tools and sometimes we get blessed by our subscribers just like you guys. And we get blessed not only by the kindness of them sending over some things, but just for you watching, clicking that like button, clicking the subscribe button, that notification button. And just like that comment that I read this morning, more content, please. It really helps me see that you guys are watching and you guys are enjoying the show. So again, thank you so much, and a special thank you to Trouble. You are truly amazing. And until next time, we'll see you on the next video.